I mean, it does look like something that will explode if I touch it.
The trip is taking a turn for the worse. I got mild hypothermia. Woo! Bernardo's. We haven't weighed the last bit. Hello, we're on a ride, 200-mile ride for Bernardo's to get money for children who need it desperately. So,
There goes.
how's it going?
Lovely day.
This is what we're going to look at. Jonathan drinking from the garden tap. That's one of the dangers. Is at night time is cattle grids.
Well, we made it day one. Not exactly as we expected. Not anything like we expected. Still can't work out why it's taken us so long. It should have taken us a maximum of 10 hours and it's taken us 14. Because the real concern we've got is that we've not got enough time to charge the batteries, to fully charge the batteries for tomorrow, because they should have a 13 hours. We think we found a workaround. We think we found a way to charge the batteries in sequence. You'll see that if it works. It's lights out and I'm going to be asleep. Before I ring Muhammad Ali that said that he was so quick he could turn off his bedroom light and get into bed before it was dark. I'm going to turn off the bedroom light and be asleep before it's dark. Night night, folks, night night.
Okay, and we are off. Another exciting day. Bernardo's, Speedy Feet, Grand Tour of Wales. Fit and healthy from the small little warm-up yesterday of 14.5 hours. So we are in Tesco's and Jonathan's just gone in to get a map because we're gonna have to go off route. And he's in there somewhere, getting one, and a few bits of bobs. Lovely weather.
Okay, it is start of day 2. And we are already, well, before we set off, we were an hour and a bit behind schedule. And that's because at the time we arrived in last night and the need for us to charge batteries properly and get a good breakfast inside us, then we stopped off to try and find a map that might help us to navigate some around these sections that, some of these sections that are not, that we can't get through. Can't get a map, but we've already had the best comment ever so far of the trip. There's Ian behind me conducting a bit of business on his phone there. We met a very sweet lady walking a very nice Cocker Spaniel, and as we rounded the corner she saw us and her eyes lit up, her whole face beamed with a smile. She saw us, oh, how unusual, how wonderful. So we both, at this point, we're both thinking, what a lovely sweet old lady, how nice to come and say, oh, how lovely, that's different,
Oh, that's lovely, my dear, that looks lovely.
Cheating
now.
Yeah, then she couldn't let it go without saying, very lazy though. At which point I couldn't help. I mean, I did restrain myself. I'm a clean living boy and I wanted to swear at her, but I wasn't going to do that. So I couldn't help but laugh hysterically, because this is anything but easy.
Good morning, campers. Welcome to Bernardo's live with Jonathan Wally and Ian Sampson. We are currently travelling through the Welsh countryside. What a beautiful day. Your connection was weak. Surprising. And there we go. This is us riding through the Welsh countryside. How are you finding it, Jonathan, so far today? 20 minutes in.
My feet hurt already.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
It's disappointing, isn't it? Nothing else to say.
Well, no, my feet hurt. I walked through Tesco's to get some Mars bars and some water, and my legs were like elastic bands, and that wasn't written anywhere. And I felt like, 1 minute I go stiff as a board.
Gonna get run over. And by the way, in these videos, we don't just publish them, just moan all the time. He was just saying
Stop moaning. From 1 minute I'm like as stiff as a board, I can't move. I'll tell you a secret, I tried to get off the toilet this morning. I thought I needed one of those emergency cords.
Right, cut transmission, cut transmission.
That was bad. I thought, well, I'm not going to be able to stand up here. I was going to die like Elvis Presley. I thought I was going to find my corpse. Ted Nugent hat coming in, very handy.
How's it handy?
It's keeping the rain off my eyes.
Is it?
Yeah.
I must have a massive big brow then, because I'm not getting it in my eyes.
Is that Neanderthal that you've got going?
It's the hair. Oh, we're on the main road now, are we? Yeah, so we've taken out some of the off-roading because it is crazy, the off-road. We were going to come over there, yeah, apparently over the top, but it's that bad that we've opted to go off-route a little bit. But that being said, we haven't actually got a map for going off-route, so we're just we're winging it a little bit in the hope that we're going to get a map at some point, because data signal, as you can see, this transmission keeps getting cut. Don't know if you guys can tell that, but it is every now and again. There's not much chance of getting a data signal, so yeah, we are on a main road now, but we're kind of learning that main roads here are like your driveway at home. That's what the main roads are like. You might get a car or two, but nice roads there. They're tarmac better than the ones back mine. So.
Rapid rush hour's died down.
Yeah, rush hour, yeah. That was terrible. We had a car go by at one point, didn't we? And that lorry that once. Excuse me! Oh! Oh! That's gonna be the biggest rainstorm ever. Oh, man.
Shall I stop and put the waterproof trousers on?
It's too late for that.
I don't think I'll bother now.
So, yeah, we got a little bit of rain. It's oh, this is brilliant. Oh, it's not bad news. It's just different, Jonathan. Different news. Just think, we had 14 and a half hours yesterday, exactly the same. Your phone. I'm laughing, but inside I can't laugh. I can't do anything but laugh. Right. Right. It was a comic that uh-oh is our only point of navigation, which has come into some technical difficulties with a catastrophic failure. Uh-oh. Oh, that summed it up quite nicely. Oh dear. Right, okay, so a lot of water coming down. One of the things we're getting absolutely sopping wet, of course, is that you stood upright, so you get quite cold, as in freezing. You'll be careful you don't get cold, quite serious really. We're on so many hours, but yesterday 14 and a half hours, you can't be wet for 14 and a half hours. So I've kind of devised doing some squats, because we've got heavy backpacks on. It's actually a nice little workout, so whilst you're riding along, crouch right down and stand up again. The only trouble is the trousers are sopping wet, as you might be able to see there. It sort of gets freezing every time you do that, but you warm up, down, down. It warms you up a little bit and you're good to go again for 5 minutes. We're on to a bit of off-road now. Oh. Spots holding up lovely. They do speak thick and thin, they are. Oh. You run for hours and hours and hours and hours. March on. This is the difference between cheap junk and something that's very well built when you put it through this sort of extremes. Remembering it's a city vehicle, ideally, short commuting, that sort of stuff. Look at it, going through all sorts. This stuff is real slippy. Not nice to ride on. Massive amounts of the boggy stuff. Oh, puddle there, yeah. See it. Jonathan's going to show you how it's done now with some superior off-road skills that he's gained over the last few days. Oh, he's just crashed into me. Right, this puddle can't be too deep, can it? That went over my feet. My feet are now soaking. Do you know what? That puddle's out to get me, I reckon. Let's go around it. Oh, get that up there. Right. Yeah, this is easy, this job. Well easy. Cheating, in fact. If you're on a mountain bike, you could probably just go straight up here. Not on a single wheel. Weighs same as the Titanic. Man, oh man. Just trying to film some of the struggle for you guys, really. At least I'm getting some heat in now in my body. Wow. You can tell how hard the off-road is just by the noise this thing's making. It's the amount of stuff that we've got crammed in there. Feet are soaking again. Absolutely soaking. Ah, more puddles. There you go, that's straight over my feet there. Straight over my feet again. Oh, jackknifed. iPhone 6S is holding up really well to the rain. Really well. Morning. Oh, yep. My feet are slightly wet now. Oh, yep. Keep on going. Oh. Maybe not.
My Apple Watch has stopped working.
Is it?
Yeah, just blanked out on me. Oh, it's coming up like emergency power on it, but it's charged to 100%. Look at the hills there, beautiful. Look at those lovely light fluffy clouds on the horizon. Fortunately though, we're going that way. Before we then turn right and go that way. And update.
Coming out of Surrey. So it says on that sign? BWLCHYSARNAU. Black Surrey. So I've been practicing my Welsh. It's just been a Black Surrey.
The problem is all the towns look like a countdown conundrum, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's like...
Challenges can be 5 minutes past Bernardo's.
And apparently people get really offended if you mispronunciate the village names and the town's names. They get really offended by it.
I hope I got Black Surrey.
Spot on, I think.
Yeah.
I think if they're going to get offended by pronunciation, why make it so difficult?
They should speak English, my theory.
Proper like what we do.
Yeah.
Quite windy now as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'll dry us out. Dry my coat out anyway.
Well, the heat from that sun's going to dry us out as well.
Yeah. Need to get there.
I'm not sure sarcasm comes across on video.
No.
Right, we've decided to cut out some of the off-road sections. We've been off-road this morning and it was tough again. So we're going to try and do a slightly longer route, a bit further round, but we can go an awful lot faster on this stuff than we can on that stuff. And that could be the difference between success and failure. The wind's picking up, like I say, hopefully you can hear this. above the wind, and we're trundling along, and we're still smiling. Just had a Mars bar to lift our spirits. It did just the job. Woo! Just stopped in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Not a sign of life for miles to... Oh, there's a fella over there. But just checking out our machines because we're hearing some strange noises, but I thought we might have something stuck in the tyres. But it all seems to be okay. Pressure feels good still. And we're now leaving our map, and we are learning the lesson of following the sign path. Sign path? Following the what? Yeah, I'm speaking Welsh. I've been here that long, I'm speaking Welsh. Now, Ian is doing some gardening, look.
Come out. Got it. Healthy.
Yeah. Ian's been carrying stones and pebbles with him because he thinks he performs better with a bit of extra weight on it. I'd not ridden the Nan, but this one with the extra weight and all the additional strappings on it, and the way it had been described to me by Ian, rightly so, was it's a bit of a handful because it is very heavy. Normally the 9x1 is a very light, well, I mean light, I mean it's easy to manoeuvre. You stand on it and it's very agile. You can turn it very quickly. It spins on itself, you know, you can stand it right backwards, turn it very quickly, just shift your weight and it moves. This is a very different setup. It's very heavy, and the additional weight front and back balances itself out, but what it means is that you can't turn it as quickly. If you're going to move it, if you come to an obstacle on the path and you're going to move it, or if you're going to a bit of a skid and a slide, whereas on the unmodified 9, you can quickly adjust it and recover the spin. On this, that's not so easy, and you're using all your core muscle groups just to try and keep the thing upright. I'm just saying that it's not the prettiest thing, but...
They're right.
Your feet are alright.
Oh, right.
But actually, it does the job, and it just shows what's possible with these things, doesn't it?
Yeah. Also at bits.
And look at this, you come out through under those trees and you're revealing this beautiful, beautiful landscape. I've not spent much time in Wales, if I'm honest. Much to my regret, I think I'll be coming here for more holidays.
Where are we?
Llandudlos. Yeah. I think I nailed that one.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Again. And we've got, the thing we're going to do is, are you live now, live streaming?
Yeah, nice seeing you. No swearing.
Okay, we've got to buy a map, because the map we've written now takes us to some off-road stuff which is not going to be doable, I don't think.
The iPhone 6S appears to be waterproof, according to YouTube videos that I pre-read. Seem to prove that point. So mine's been fine, but Jonathan's screen went nuts, and it's the only thing we had to navigate with. So you may have seen the awful rain. If you haven't, go to the Facebook page or Instagram. It's on there. Oh, lovely little town though. Very picturesque. So we'll have a something to drink, I suspect, here. Zesty, yeah. Spicy. Knowing me, knowing, yeah. Where are we going? Trying to get run over. Oh my goodness. Burst, that's slower than expected. Right, so we are. The tourist information. We have arrived. That wouldn't be good. Room for a little one? I'm going to put it here. Just put it here. Oh, he dropped it. And his hat. His little hat's come off. What town? Matt? Someone's actually messaged us. Hi Matt. It's really good that you've actually messaged us. I'm going to give you a like. What town are we in?
We're in a bit like clearing noise. Llandudlos. Has that helped? Has that pinpointed it? I watched a programme on shipbuilding, by the way. Riveting.
Brilliant.
Yes, I'll give you one of these, but
Look at it.
We've been through torrential rain today.
Yeah.
You sit on the radio, so you'll read it tomorrow.
Welcome to Mid Wales in the middle of summer.
Yeah, good, isn't it?
We thought we'd come in June and then eh?
Yeah, if you dry that out for a couple of
I'll
hours.
put it on a radiator for a while.
You'll enjoy that tomorrow when it's dried out. And then up here, so this looks like it's road all the way, so that's okay, that's not bad. But we're going to get some sections. Oh no.
You're not presenting this very well to the gentleman, are you?
I was turning the map the wrong way.
He was upside down the other day.
Going back the way we'd just come. Problem is, he was smiling and nodding, which doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. Right, here we are, that's more like it.
Yeah.
That's fine, we can uncoat the steep uphill coming.
Yes,
So,
that sounds confident.
I don't want this map that's been used.
nuts, the pair of you.
We
On
are.
unicycles.
On unicycles, yeah.
Certifiable.
Yeah, unicycles.
And it is, the problem is when you ride these electric unicycles, they look as if you're having a ball like it's easy. But we've got to carry almost our own body weight in batteries on our backs. So the pain on, because your knees are shock absorbers as well. And my knees are
After a small incident.
aging but still very attractive. And yesterday we thought the journey was going to take us 9 hours, 10 hours at the most.
Yeah,
Ended up taking 14 hours. So when we got to our overnight stay,
yeah.
there was nowhere to eat. We ended up eating at this
Weird place, dodgy,
dodgy
bad
kebab
place, yeah.
that wouldn't serve us unless we stood on the pavement outside, and they'd serve us by
Yeah,
courier.
they locked us out, didn't they?
So we had a courier
door.
between the door and the actual
And
place
the
where
serving
it
house.
would come to us
Well-
and bring us eating cheating.
God, is that a moth just flew out there? I thought.
How much
It must have fallen out. It's been in there for
Yeah,
so long.
it's a moth dead. Oh, brilliant. I like him. I'm going to
And I'm
stay
gonna
here.
go back in the office.
Yeah. So I'm going to join you. It's going to be great. See ya.
How much are these axes? How much are the axes?
Sorry, how old are you?
I do please. The Land Ranger, isn't it?
Sorry, mate.
12.99. Right, we'll buy one and take one free.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
So how are you collecting your funds? Is it
Yes.
online?
It's online,
or?
yeah, the details on that bit of paper, we've dried it out, it's all there.
Yeah.
Our Just Giving is the
I've got to
way.
treat this with kid gloves now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Well, the one 12.99 put in the kitty for the
oh, that's very
Yeah,
kind of you.
that's
Thank you
cool.
so much.
for your.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We went to one inn, didn't we? It was an inn.
That
So
was-
we didn't know was closed. The door
Yeah.
was open, so we walked in. We're like, took all the bags off, lay on the sofa, and she walked around the corner and goes, "Hello." We went, "All right." She goes, "We're not open." I went, "Oh, sorry." Take our feet off the sofa then.
It was like
Open,
finding
you
an
are now.
oasis in the desert, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, she gave us food and everything, didn't she?
Well, she gave us
Give us chocolate bars and drinks. Yeah.
Said no charges. So that's
Yeah.
Find a lot of that around here.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, well that's the map sorted. Waterproof ones as well. You want one of them? You say?
We make it look remarkably easy, but
You
believe
do,
us,
don't you?
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
easy.
you do.
It-
Yes, yes.
I thought you had a car free then.
Let's go
That
inside.
is decadent, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
That was yesterday. I have a cup and saucer.
If we had a cup today, it would take hours to drink it. With the amount of rain there's been, but it'd be filled up faster to drink it.
Yeah.
The Great Oak. We're here. Right, we've finished the broadcast now. Can I have something to eat?
Bye.
Bye.
Decided to avoid using the main roads because we thought we'd use these more tracks, but it's not the off-road, is it? But it's
No,
little unclassified roads.
paths with nice waterfalls in them.
And it just shows what's hidden. You can get away from the main roads. Absolutely beautiful.
Whew, that there is a very, very steep hill. Does it show? No, it does not. Typical. But it is.
I think it's like a cliff. That looking back at that, it's like cliff edge.
Yeah, it just drops off. That's a long road down, but you can't see it is because it drops off so much. So we pushed them up some of the way.
This might start making a very alarming noise.
Yeah.
I'm at 153 in the yellow now.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you would have been in the red. So your temperature, yeah, you would have been in the red. That's what that noise was. It was either overpower, as in put too much weight forward. We've been climbing now for some time.
So for the people that don't know, this is the magic part of the 9-boat. This is the motherboard that controls all the wizardry, and it really is wizardry. The safety features in that are fantastic. If you're going too fast, it'll just slow you down. Gives you alarm warning noises and tips you back and make sure you slow down. If you've been a bit too bold and a bit too brave, it then throws you forward and gives you the shock of your life. But it also gives you alarm noises, and lets you know that it's getting too hot. And just coming up this climb here, mine must have peaked and gone into the red in the temperature because it started to make a... Ian does a fantastic noise. Do it again. Accompanied by the noise of Ian shouting, "Turn it off, turn it off."
And the answer, what, me?
So, temperature back under control. It's dropped down from 150, 160 to 112 Fahrenheit. Back in the green. And we're riding, but we're still climbing, so I'm just going to take it steady. I don't want to tempt fate.
Slam it, get it forward, get it mad, go.
Because the truth is, if we break the motherboard, we had a long conversation before we set off. Admittedly, it was approaching 1 o'clock in the morning when we had the conversation, but it was about what spares we would take. And we had a couple of motherboards, spare motherboards that we had in our hands, and we looked at all the weight we were carrying, and we said, what are the chances of breaking a motherboard? Let's just, you know. It's all about me.
Yeah. Very vain.
It's the hat. The hat needs to get as much coverage as it can get.
Whoa, went to the head there.
So yeah, we actually packed minimum in terms of spares. The only thing we've got that you can class as spares are the batteries. We packed an inner tube each in case we get puncture, which is no good because we haven't got a pump. So that's a bit of dead weight we're carrying.
Like that, we're supposed to get one.
So yeah, inner tubes, then
over the edge.
which is as much use as anything. I don't know.
It's as much as a chocolate teapot.
It seemed like a really good idea at the time. I think the idea was we were going to get a. Well, this is a rare bit of footage of both of us together. Look.
Oh my goodness, is that us? That's what we look like.
Come all this way and go to the top of the mountains. This is the top of the Cambrian mountain range now. This is, and we came for the views, you can see, for ever such a long way. We've just managed to climb there for about 2.5 mile climb up that hill. Steep in places, past mostly sheep. There's a tarn at the top over there, you see, probably can't pick that out. Cracking along, and we've started to get to that stage of the day where conversation is pretty ridiculous and meaningless, and neither of us are making an awful lot of sense, less sense than usual, and that's when you know you're starting to get tired. A little break in the clouds. We thought we'd stop and take a picture of it because it feels like we're riding with fog lamps on here, and even
Breaking the clouds, so I thought we'd
I tell you what though, we could put this together in stereoscope and give people 3D.
should have done it the whole way as a joke. Been brilliant, wasn't it? Little break in the clouds, so I thought we'd film the view over there. I'll tell you what though, you definitely need some fog lamps on.
I tell you what though, we could put this together in stereoscope to give people 3D.
Should have done it the whole way as a joke. Been brilliant, wasn't it? Nice roads though, smooth as anything. Got greenery growing in them, but on my hands you can see the skin's sort of like when you come out the bath. That's how wet we've been and how long we have been it for. And downhill, don't think I mentioned yet, these are a little bit spicy. All the weight tends to be dropped forward, and trying to get them to stop is very scary. Very scary. In fact, it more or less doesn't stop, because it bounces like that as you're braking, boom, 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 and it keeps pushing it forward even though you lean right back. So yeah, but the felling's gone on over there, and there's a sweeping road where we're going. Oh, some wind now. Oh, some wind. Oh, wow, that's windy. Whoa, picking up speed, I can't see the brake. No, that's actually a bird of prey. Oh, hold on, mine's going funky. Mine's gone funky. Fixing it.
Has that happened?
Has that happened?
Has that just happened?
Has what's holding your hand Has that happened? Yeah, that has happened. What I'm doing there has happened.
Ian, what's the...
It's taking a turn for the worse. I got mild hypothermia.
It's freezing, we're on the top of a mountain. Ian's had a crash.
I crashed, as you maybe will hear, because I was filming. It went and it sort of went weird, and I ended up ditching into a hedge. That's come off. I found a solution, because obviously you have to, kind of the reason we've got both is to weigh it out, because you can't ride it. For instance, if I'm not going to push this now, this is up a steep hill, off it goes, on its own. So if I ride it, going down, for safety reasons, with the weight on the back, at least it's trying to brake all the time. If I actually want to ride it, the thing is, you hold that in front, sort of hold it there, it's just like it was before.
Your power capacity's gone though, isn't it?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Just like 640 watt hours.
Let's get going.
Right. So it's yeah, still rideable, but makes it a lot more awkward because I haven't got any weight on the front. It's just all weight on the back. But anyway, because I'm not riding it back to front, by the way, you can tell with the handle. So it acts a bit weird because of the firmware. But it's safer to have this on going backwards than it is forwards. So, and that's what I've got. At least it's stayed as a unit, but it sheared the. Sorry about the shaking. I'm actually freezing cold. Yeah, it's actually ripped the screw out of the chassis of the 9-bot. So I'm gonna have to get some no more nails or some form of bond if it'll take that weight. Got to figure something out. We'll figure something out at some point. But the system is actually, I may have talked about it before, is designed to be taken off if it gets dire anyway. But that's a lot of weight there. It's a lot of weight. Don't put my rucksack really. Whoa, it's cold. I got a nice waterfall up in the distance. But we're on the main road now. Not that busy, but you get the occasional truck go by. Oh, quite low hanging cloud, as you can see. And there's, if I can get it around, which I've really struggled to because my neck's gone and my back's gone, but there's Jonathan over there. I got a little bit of pace on him. Mine's a little bit faster for some unknown reason. Gonna whip into these little areas, but oh man, I am very, very, very cold. Soaking wet trousers, as you can see. Been like that for... let me have a little look. Find out for you. There we go. 8 hours and 51 minutes. That's how long I've been like that. You cold, Jonathan, or not?
Cold, aching. It's fast on this road, but it's not particularly nice, is it?
Nah, not the nicest one. Wet, oh my goodness, wet shoes, yeah.
You know, I was joking about trench foot yesterday.
Yeah, you might have it. Probably not, but maybe. He's on his merry way now. I said you're on your merry way now. Oh! Okay, hold on. But we were there, and I said Jonathan go on his merry way, and now he's here. The good news is, despite him frequently breaking things, he hasn't actually broken his shoulder. But as you can see, despite the laughs, he's in a bit of pain. He might be in more pain when he loses the legs. The 9-bot though appears to actually be in one piece. Surprisingly, unlike mine.
If that happened when a car was going past though, that's different. We're not laughing then, are we? If a car was going past at that point in time on this road, I was under it, wasn't I?
I just got him as you sprawled across the road. Right, let's get you up, shall we? Do you want to hand it? Right, let's go back to the lay-by and just have a look over and see how you are. Good idea?
Yeah, let's just check if it's intact.
Think so. Took a big hit.
That took a big hit. I face first.
Skid mark.
I face planted then. I won't show my wife that bit.
It's only a main road, but it is quiet at that point in time. Could have been worse. We could have been dealing with like one wheel, one way, so that's it. You're not coming back. But yeah, no, excellent.
Yeah,
So-
no, excellent. I'm going to end that in the broadcast.
Good job it wasn't live. Because it would end with me going, oh shit! And then ding! Going,
In the live stream, watch this.
I've just found out about this live stream. This is really good. It's like you're there with them.
Watch him die.
I'll flip and I get out of the main road before I get knocked over.
Okay, for all of you who think this is an easy, jolly time we're having, we're now only about, we say about 8 kilometres from our stopover. We've just ridden up this steep hill.
20 degrees it is.
It's a 20 degree, 1 in 4 hill, or 1 in 5 hill, and that ain't good. And it is absolutely freezing, and we're in the cloud cover now, and it is numbingly cold. We've had to stop because of the incline we're coming up. It's overheated the 9-butts. So we're going to stop here for how long do you say?
For a minute.
For a couple of minutes.
We have to do it again because we've got to go all the way up there.
Yeah, we're not only halfway up. It goes up and up and up into the distance. I'm sorry this is shaking, but we are numb with cold now. And we thought every time we look at the watch and say how far away is it, it never seems to get any closer in time because we have these problems that we face, including my little lie down.
Yeah, almost had a lie down.
It's proper cheating that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a lie down then. Well, it's actually pretty dire now at the moment. Jonathan having his fall, and now the weather's really closed in. You can see that. No real change in the fact that we're absolutely freezing cold. We had what we thought was an overheat because of the huge incline we're going up. It wasn't an overheat. We wasted 5-10 minutes sat there waiting for it to cool down, and there's actually a battery. This is what happens, I suppose, when you get tired and cold, not thinking quite straight. So we're on our way again. But the sheep are sheltering. It's quite a heck of a ride, this.
Okay, what time is it now, Ian?
3 hours to go.
Whatever time is it, it's always 3 hours to go. That's what we found out. It's like Wales is some sort of time vortex where time doesn't operate the same way as anywhere else, is it?
Everything's 3 hours.
I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. The camera won't pick it up, but it is beautiful. But it's flipping raining like.
Continuously.
It has been a wet day today, which does take the edge off it. You've got to admit.
Especially when your clothes aren't waterproof.
No waterproof clothes, and it's not warm either. If it was a warm summer rain, it might be different, but it's cold with it. And when your bot's broken, you've only got half of it left, and you've doubled the weight of your backpack. Pretty much, that's what it feels like.
Feels like it, yeah. Don't know what it would be. How many kilograms it is, isn't it? 3, something like that, 4.
So when your shoulders are already hurting.
We're on low batteries as well.
Right, yeah, we're on low battery, so we're restricted speed, and we're coming to the limits of my map, and I'm going to plot a route. The problem is there is no route now into that doesn't involve using a main road, and the main road for a very long way. It's probably about 10 miles on a main road. Having said that, around here a main road doesn't necessarily mean a busy road. It just means it's the main road. But the alternative of trying to find a way across the hills and through the woods in this weather, there's no way we'd make it before midnight. So we're just going to get our heads down and plough on, aren't we?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get there before dark today, that'd be a real blessing. Got 3 hours to go.
Yeah. Still 3 hours.
And we've changed the first battery, so that's pretty good, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, we did about 47 miles or so on
And
that.
we've got another 2 battery swaps to do.
Right, let's get this done. That has been one hell of a day. We're just pulling into the next unpronounceable place, and I can't think of a way that today could have been more uncomfortable. The conditions have been absolutely atrocious from beginning to bitter end. We've battled through it, we've been over the tops of the mountains, but ultimately we've done it. Still about a mile to go, but what we're learning as well is when you see a street sign that says you're entering into a town, you've probably still got about a mile and a half to go.
Don't start filming when you think you're there. Nah, you've got another hour.
But we're approaching, shall we say.
Yeah. We're getting ready for landing.
Oh man, and we both had falls today that have resulted in breakages of machines and some bumps and bruises, but we're still smiling, aren't we?
Well, I've got a really warm upper lip, which is bizarre. Gone past the hypothermia stage.
I keep telling him not, if he sees a light, don't try and walk towards it because it's getting a bit desperate. The worst time for me, the lowest point was, I'd say, well, the lowest point when I was laid in that was pretty low. When I was laid at the side of a road, having just fallen off, that was fairly low. Oh, my feet are so wet and
That
cold.
was a high point for me though, because, wow, initially I was quite concerned, but then when he started making a bit of a fuss about it, I thought it was quite funny.
I've never heard him laugh quite so heartily.
I actually, do you know what? When you hit the ground, I wasn't laughing.
No, not at that point,
No,
because it looked nasty.
But I say that because usually I would be laughing, because I don't find it actually funny, but it is quite funny. But that one I thought was quite serious. I thought, oh dear, he's dead. But he wasn't. He's alive, so we have to carry on with the journey.
We had to carry on with the journey. We have to, because we're not quitters. But the lowest point, I think, was on that mountainside when we thought the batteries, the 9-bots are overheated. And we still have got a long way to go. And we stood there on the freezing hillside. We turned the 9-bot back on, it still did the noise. It went. So we thought, oh, it's overheating still. And the rain was coming down horizontally.
I've already done this story, by the way.
As it, oh. that was the lowest part of the day for
Yeah,
me.
it was a low point.
Because it was freezing, and we both just stood there chattering.
And we're just talking about general things, really, you know, this and that, when he says chattering.
Can I revise my low point of the day? But we're almost, I can almost hear the fire crackling and...
Smell the food.
Oh,
And we're going to
McDonald's.
sit there in our pants now. Well, I can't sit in our pants, so I don't wear pants.
Got wet pants, we're going to sit stark naked in the front room of a little guest house.
Hopefully when we walk into the living room start naked, it'll actually be a place that's open.
So yeah, we're going to sit by the fireside as nature has got intended in our birthday suits while steam rises off our clothes, hopefully to get dry for the morning because we've no spare clothes, only what we're wearing.
Too heavy, spare clothes.
And if my trousers get any heavier with rain, they're just going to drop straight off me anyway.
Welcome to
Time is it?
Time to go watch. 18% left on the map to watch. It's 8:45. We are 45 minutes later than anticipated.
Ty Siren, here we go. Here on your right hand side.
Where?
The right hand side, here. Ty Siren.
Hello. You expecting us? We're in one piece, just.
How you doing? Oh, we've arrived.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a journey.
Just a bit, I should think.
Yeah.
So tired. It is now about just gone midnight, and I've got to the place where I've got the batteries charging, so that we'll have fully charged batteries in the morning. Let's stay awake because I need to swap batteries over and cycle batteries over. I've only got a limited number of battery chargers, and the batteries take so long to charge. Anyway. previous nights my room has looked like a Semtex factory with lots of things wired up and charging, and lots of indescribable blue objects, batteries that look really like something out of a science lab all over the place. Tonight, my room looks like a Chinese laundry. Got clothes. It's everything's so wet. We've only got one set of clothes. The clothes that we were travelling in is all we've got. So we need to get that dry. That's that bone sticking up there. That is where I fell off the 9-pot and dislocated my shoulder. And that still hurts. It was a year ago. I fell off the 9-pot today and hurt this shoulder. But nothing is sticking out of place. That's a good thing. Is there a difference in the shoulder? Sticking up. Normal. Sticking up. Normal. Another long day. But we made it. We got there. Time to go to bed. Good night.